It's the headband you have all been waiting for, the most requested of my patterns, and we are going to make it in today's video. The PDF pattern for this can be found in the description below for just £1, so let's get going. I am going to be using 2 strands of DK yarn held together, but you can use any yarn and hook you like. If you're doing 2 strands together, use a 5mm hook, and I'll explain how this will work very shortly. The first thing that we are going to do is make a slip knot, and the reason that you can use any yarn that you like is because you're going to make the exact amount of chains to fit your own head or the head of the person you're making it for. So first of all, do a slip knot and then pop that slip knot onto your hook like so, and then we are going to chain the amount that fits around your head where you want the headband to sit. So this is going to be different for everybody. No set chain, just the amount that goes around your head. What I'll do is I'll throw up a graphic on the screen of where you want to measure, if you're measuring it for someone else or if you're making it for someone else, but this is what you want to do. You want to chain the amount that fits in that spot so that it's comfortable for your head. Now what I would recommend that you do as well is make a note of that stitch count, especially if you're planning on selling these at fairs, and I will also pop in the description a link to the Craft Yarn Council's standard guide, head sizes as well. So chain the amount that fits around your head and then come back here when you have that amount. So this is my chain. Yes, it's rather long. Yes, I have a rather large head, but that's okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to join the 2 ends so that we get a loop. Now what you want to make sure is that the chain is straight. It's not curled in any way, because that is really going to mess up your headband if you don't get it straight. So all I'm going to do is just run my fingers down and gather up the yarn. And this will make sure that the line of chain is straight, and then we are going to slip stitch in the very first chain to join that chain to make a circle. So just a slip stitch in that very first chain, making sure before you close that slip stitch that your chain is still straight, and then slip stitch to close, and you will have a circle of chain, and this is going to be our headband. Now I would recommend, before we get cracking with the next step, that you measure this on your head once again, just to make sure you're happy with the fit. Then what we are going to do is we are going to chain 3, and we are going to start our first round. So chain 3 first, and then all you're going to do is put 1 treble UK turns or 1 double crochet US turns into every chain around. This will be our first round. This will be the anchor round that our front post and back post stitches will go into. So 1 treble crochet UK turns or 1 double crochet US turns into every stitch around. Pause the video here, make up your round, and come back here when you're done, and we will close the round and go for the next one. So that is our first round completed, and what we're going to do now is we are going to join to the top of the first chain 3 to make sure that round is closed. Now yes, I struggle joining to the tops of these chains. This is going to be a running theme throughout the video. Please don't give me any jip about it in the comments. This is just what happens. I don't know why it's so tricky for me. I've been doing this a long time. It just is. So slip stitch to the top of that chain 3, and that will close your round, and then you will have the first round of your headband, and this is what that should look like. Now what we are going to do is we are going to do our front post and back post rounds. So this start of this round is exactly the same way. We're going to chain 3, so 1, 2 and 3, and then the first stitch is going to be a front post treble crochet UK turns or a front post double crochet US turns. So the way that we do this is we go round the stitch from the front to back to front, and then make up that treble or double crochet US turns in exactly the same way as you would an ordinary stitch. So go around the front of the post of that stitch and work that treble. And you can see here it's called a front post stitch because it comes up the front of the post. Now for this back post, what you're going to do is go in the back of your work, out the front and then back into the back to get the post of that next stitch and work up your treble crochet UK terms or double crochet US terms in the same way as you would any other treble or double crochet stitch. And this is our back post treble crochet UK terms or back post double crochet US terms. So once again, let's just do them one more time. First, we're going to do our front post stitch. So in through the front, out the back and back in through the front, like so. Yarn round the hook, pull through, yarn round the hook, pull through 2, and yarn round the hook and finish the stitch. And that's our front post treble crochet UK terms. And the back post, out through the back, again, yarn round the hook, pull through, yarn round the hook again, pull through 2, yarn round the hook and finish the stitch. So what I will do is I will leave a timestamp to this little tutorial in the description. This is what you're going to do all the way around. So if you need to go back to that timestamp just to watch those stitches again, that will be in the description. It's going to be front post, back post, alternating all the way around. Come back here when you're ready for the next round. And when we have that front post, back post round completed, we are just going to do exactly the same join technique. We are going to join to the top of the beginning chain 3 with our slip stitch. You can see here the nice texture that we have made on our headband, and we're just going to join in exactly the same way, and we will complete this join through every round of our headband. So slip stitch through the top of the chain 3. Yes, it's still difficult even on round 2, and this will join our headband together. And then we will start the next round completely the same way, and the next round will be the same as the last one we have just done. So what I will do is leave the timestamp to round 2 in the description so that you can go back and review it if needed. We're going to chain 3 for the next round and do a front post, back post crochet stitch all the way around this one again. So your front post stitches will go on the front post stitches of the previous round, and the back post stitches will go on the back post stitches of the previous round. You will always end with a back post stitch. So pause the video here if you need to go back and re-watch the front post, back post tutorial, and come back when you've completed this round. And that is round number 3 completed, and we're going to join in exactly the same way by using a slip stitch to join at the top of that chain 3. So just popping a slip stitch in the top of that beginning chain 3, and that will join our round together. The next round is going to be the last round, and it is going to be exactly the same as the previous 2 rounds. We're going to start with a chain 3 and then do a front post treble crochet UK terms or front post double crochet US terms, and then a back post treble crochet UK terms or a back post double crochet US terms, alternating all the way around. So start with that chain 3 and then front post, back post, alternating all the way around that headband until you get to the end. Pause the video here and meet me back when you have completed our final round. And finally, we will join to the top of the beginning chain 3 with a slip stitch, and you can see what a nice texture this front post back post technique has made. It can be used on a lot of things: headbands, gloves, scarves, bags, accessories. It's a really good, versatile, textured, unique stitch to have in your crochet arsenal. And when you have done this, what we're going to do is we're going to fasten off and then weave in your ends, and then we will make our ears. So for our ears, we're going to use the same yarn and the same hook, and you're going to need to make 2 of these. So we will make the first one together, and we're going to start off with a magic ring. And if you're not au fait with this technique, I will leave the link to the video of the magic ring tutorial in the description below. And then we are going to work 6 double crochet UK turns or 6 single crochet US turns into our magic ring. That's 6 double crochet UK turns or 6 single crochet US turns into our magic ring. Pause the video, make your 6 stitches and come back here when you're ready for the next round. So we have our 6 stitches. You want to pull the tail of that magic ring to close, and then we are going to work a double crochet increase into the stitches all the way around. So that's double crochet increase all the way around, and at the end of this round you will have 9 stitches. So 1 double crochet UK turns or 1 single crochet US turns, and then 1 increase, and at the end of the round you will have 9 stitches. Pause the video here and come back when you are ready for the next round. And that is our round completed, and then all we're going to do is double crochet around for this next one, and that is going to give you 9 stitches again. So double crochet UK turns or single crochet US turns all the way around this round, and that will give you our 9 stitches. Pause the video and meet me back here when you're ready for the next round. For the next round we are going to do 2 double crochet UK turns or 2 single crochet US turns and then an increase. So that's 2 double crochet UK turns or 2 single crochet US turns and then an increase. And we are going to do that all the way around, and that will give you 12 stitches. So pause the video and come back when you are ready for the next round. So again, we are now going to do another round of double crochet UK turns or single crochet US turns, and that will again give us 12 stitches. So it's just a round of crochet, no increases or decreases, and that will give you 12 stitches at the end. So pause the video here, do your round of crochet and come back when you're ready for the next round. Alrighty, next round, and we are now going to do 3 double crochet UK turns or 3 single crochet US turns and then an increase. So that's 3 double crochet UK turns or 3 single crochet US turns and then an increase. And at the end of this round you will have 15 stitches. So pause the video here, get your 15 stitches and then come back when you are ready for the next round. And the next round is another round of double crochet UK turns or single crochet US turns all the way around, and you will have 15 stitches again at the end of this round. So another round of crochet, pause the video, and when you have your 15 stitches, come back to me and make the next round. So that is our next round complete, and for the next round we are going to do 4 double crochet UK turns or 4 single crochet US turns and then an increase, and that will give you 18 stitches at the end of your round. So that's 4 double crochet UK turns or 4 single crochet US turns and then an increase, and that will give you 18 stitches at the end of the round. Pause the video here and meet me when you have this round completed. So for our next round we are going to do 5 double crochet UK turns or 5 single crochet US turns and then an increase. So that's 5 double crochet UK turns or 5 single crochet US turns and then an increase. And we are going to do that all the way around, and you will have 18 stitches at the end of this round. So once again, 5 stitches and then an increase all the way around, and you will have 18 stitches at the end of this round. Pause the video here, get your 18 stitches and come back when you're ready for the next steps. We are on our last few rounds now, and this next round is going to be 6 double crochet UK turns or 6 single crochet US turns and then an increase. and at the end of this round you will have 24 stitches. So 6 double crochet UK turns or 6 single crochet US turns and then an increase, and you will have 24 stitches. Just a reminder that this PDF pattern can be found on Crochet.com for just £1 if you would like to follow along with the written instructions as well. Pause the video here and come back when you have your round of 24 stitches. And finally, for our very last round of our cat ears, we are just going to double crochet all the way around. So double crochet UK turns or single crochet US turns all the way around. Now, don't forget, you will need to make 2 of these cat ears, 1 for each side of your headband. I mean, you could make 1 and be a unicorn if you want to. I don't judge, that's completely up to you. But if you want to make the cat ears, you need to make 2 of them. So once you have finished this round, fasten off, leaving a tail for sewing, make another ear, and then meet me back and we will construct our cat ears headband together. So now we have our 2 ears, and what we are going to do is we are going to sew them onto the headband. And what you want to do first is find the middle of your headband and fold it in half. Now you should be able to see your join ever so slightly right here, just so that you can find the middle of the headband, and then you can fold it in half. And then what you want to do is place 1 ear on each side of the half. This just means that you're getting that a more symmetrical look, and once you've placed 1 you can then fold it in half again to place the other. It's just easier, it gives you a little bit of a guide when you're sewing on your ears. I would also recommend a large eye tapestry needle for any sewing when you're sewing crochet. It just makes threading that yarn through that needle that much easier. So you can stuff your ears, but it's not necessary. They will stand up on their own without them being stuffed. And we are going to sew around the edge. So we're not going to flatten them. We're going to sew around the edge of the whole ear. And I'm just going to get my placement right, and then I'm going to pop an anchor stitch on to the headband. And you want to be careful to avoid the edge of the headband, just so that you don't take any of the stretch away that it already has. So here's my placement, or am I just rethinking it? No, I am rethinking it. And here goes my anchor stitch, and all this is going to do is just mean that when I pull this yarn through now, my ear will start in this place and I won't sort of lose my place or where I've positioned it. So that's what you want to do first, and then you just want to sew around the base of your ear. I just use a whip stitch for sewing my parts on, nothing fancy. And the nice thing about this is you can get to the other side of the headband, so it shouldn't be too difficult to sew it on. And I will just follow this ear all the way around. So go ahead and sew on your first ear. Pause the video, and then what we'll do is we'll come back just to see the placement of the ear and then how you're going to sew your second one on, which is pretty much the same. So if you want to go ahead and pause the video and sew both ears on and skip to that final loop, then by all means please do so. But I'm going to pop the video on pause here, and then you can come back for the second ear if you want to do that as well. And here we have our first ear in situ, and you can see it stands up on its own really nicely without stuffing it. You can stuff it if you want to, but it's not necessary. And now all you want to do is fasten off this end here and weave it into the ear. That is our first ear completed. You want to go ahead and sew on your second ear, remembering to find the middle before you do so to place your second ear symmetrically. And then when you have done that, you should have 2 ears like so. And that is how you make your super cute cat ears. I can't wait to see your makes. Please tag me over on Instagram if you do give them a whirl. And don't forget, this pattern will be just £1 in my website shop, and the link for that I will leave in the description below if you want to get the PDF version as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.